out the unorthodox way I started making money from brands as a content creator. For those of you who aren't familiar with my story, I was paralyzed after being crushed in a car as a child, and for years and years afterwards, I truly believed that no one would be interested in hearing about what my life was like as a wheelchair user. I mean, so much so that when I eventually got to social media, I barely posted at all because I thought, like, people are gonna be too uncomfortable hearing all the weird, adaptive, creative things I have to do to make it through life in a chair. So I came to the realization that I had to come to terms with what had happened to me and all this deep shame I was dealing with because of it. And so around 17, 18 years old, I'm like, I'm gonna turn something painful into something beautiful and create videos that encourage people with disabilities to live bold, adventurous lives. But here's the thing, I was still terrified to put myself out there. So I came up with an idea. I was like, I'm gonna pitch big medical companies on really cool, unique content I can create for them as a wheelchair user, featuring their products, and this will hold me accountable to creating my dream video series. For the next several months, I got to work on creating really bold, vivid proposals, and for a long time, nobody was interested. Until one day, I came up with an idea of an adaptive road trip that was really unique. And within 3 weeks, I signed $5,000 between 3 different companies. And this was all while having just a little over 2,000 followers on Instagram. If you're wanting to create your own life-changing proposals, Gamma is a great place to start because all you have to do is input a short prompt or outline based on the presentation you want, and Gamma's AI will create a presentation for you, and you can edit the wording, style, photos based on the vibe you're going for, and boom, like amazing presentation. So it was really clear they weren't wanting to work with me because I had a huge following at the time, but rather because I was extremely passionate about the message I wanted to tell. I was telling this message in a very unique way, and lastly, regardless of how many people saw it on my platform, it was content that was super beneficial for them on their platform because it aligned with their brand messaging. And guys, that's the framework I've used for brand proposals for years now, and that's why I've gotten paid to do crazy things like wheelchair adaptive cross-country road trips, or competing in Miss North Carolina USA as their first wheelchair user, or delivering wheelchairs internationally with my nonprofit, and even getting sponsored to move to LA for my acting career to break boundaries as somebody with a disability in Hollywood. So it's just about finding those companies who you're aligned with, where you can tell the message you're passionate about in a mutually beneficial way. And I'm telling you guys this, you remember, it's okay to be proactive when fighting for a dream that you have. And sometimes this comes in the form of creating really out-of-the-box presentations